Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my good friend Elizabeth here today from Intrepid Soul Travel Co. Elizabeth, I'm so excited. We're celebrating today. How does it feel to be a recent Careers on Vacation graduate?
It's amazing.
It's so good. I have all the confetti queued up for you. We are celebrating today in the studio for sure. Well, good. So we love to do these case studies to share with everyone what your personal journey was like. Obviously, when they're considering careers on vacation, they're like, is there a story like mine? And so I loved your personal journey. Tell everybody, if you would, where you were before starting careers on vacation and where your business is now.
So before I was an online teacher, I still am an online teacher as well. This is actually my classroom that I've changed over
You now have a
to work
travel
with a
themed
couple of,
classroom. It's all
yeah, and travel themed. And this all I can actually take it down and put the
swap it
teaching
out.
stuff back up. Yeah.
Love it.
So before that, I'd actually started teaching online with the plan of traveling abroad through 2020, 2021, and 2023.
Yeah.
And so for obvious reasons, that didn't happen.
Oh.
And so I had to shift what I was going to do. And teaching online isn't the most sustainable job, but I knew I wanted something that was travel related and would allow me to like own my own business, set my own hours. And I hadn't even thought about being a travel advisor or having a travel company until a friend of mine was like, "Oh yeah, you should look into that." I was like, "Oh, okay." So of course I went to YouTube. I was like, "Oh, here, what's this? Wanderlust CEO, careers on vacation."
Love it.
And yeah, like within a month, I was like, "I'm sold.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing."
That's amazing.
So
And where are you today now that you are all launched and all the good things are happening?
yeah, so now I have like a functioning business. I'm still learning and growing, and I have a couple clients, or I have some people that are kind of interested, or I've been talking to different people in the community, and I actually technically officially launched on Sunday, but
Yay!
I had already kind of told people, but that was like my official launch was on Sunday.
I love it. Well, congratulations. And from having you never owned a business before?
No, I mean,
I
no,
love
I was just kind of owned my teaching, but that's more of as like an independent contractor. It's not the
that.
same thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, nothing. Had
Now
no
you are
idea.
you're your own business owner. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
What do you feel like has been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
Definitely booking my parents' cruise. They've been talking about going to Alaska for a couple years now.
Ah.
And in last fall, we went to Seattle and they went on to Oregon. And that left my dad with only one state that he hadn't been
Oh
to. And it was
wow. So he's checking that last one off the list. How
yeah.
exciting.
And they've never been on a cruise.
Oh my God.
And they're older, so they were like thinking about doing this more adventurous trip. And my mom actually has foot problems, so it's like, you should look into a cruise. I think this would be
Keep
a
it in that
better fit.
controlled environment where there's a doctor on board. Just
Yeah,
in case.
and they're actually doing like a cruise tour, so they're doing Denali and then
Oh,
they're
nice.
doing a princess cruise. And actually through that, I did all of the training for princess like in one go.
Oh, so you actually earned a free cruise then already.
Yeah, I have.
Yay! And so if you guys don't, so we work with all of our clients, Elizabeth included, on kind of a custom training plan. And sometimes there are perks and discounts available in the industry. And Elizabeth took one of the trainings out there where at the end you earn a free cruise. So she booked a cruise where you're going to get commission from your parents, right? Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And you're able to go for free on a princess cruise. That's so exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm excited. And I even have already asked a friend to go with me. I'm like, do you want to come with me
My
on
God.
my free cruise? I don't know where we're going. We're going
And
somewhere.
you're going to be able to go on that cruise and do all the things we taught you
Yeah.
to turn things into marketing. That's going to be so amazing. What do you feel like, a big cornerstone of our program is mindset and kind of incorporating that in, especially someone like you that maybe you never owned a business before. Those of you watching, that feels like a big thing, right? Oh my gosh, that seems overwhelming. So we learned really early on that incorporating, doing things with intention, getting people to think in that mindset of owning and running their own business was really key to their success. So it's a cornerstone of our program. How do you feel like the mindset work impacted you either personally or in your business as you went through the program?
I really felt that mindset was an essential part of this program, especially someone like me who had no idea what I was doing and just like came up with this out of nowhere. My family's like, "What are you doing?" And okay, we support you because you love travel, so this will work. But at the same time, there's just a lot. I mean, starting a business, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. There's a lot of like sacrifice you have to put into it, and like
Yep.
just a lot of mental energy as well as like physical energy. And having the mindset really helped with that. Whenever I was feeling overwhelmed or anything, I would just be like, now I feel like I almost have Brandon in the back of my head, like, calm down, like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, go back to your mindset stuff. Is like, are you overreacting to it? And yeah, it was very
Yeah, and
helpful.
using those tools to get back into action where, because worry, overwhelm, we always say those are unproductive to your
Yeah.
to your to your goal, right? So how do you get yourself back into a state of productivity again? I love that you have those tools now to make that. And I love what you said about starting a business is hard. I think so many people, because you started with us from the beginning, which I feel like is the best choice because you didn't have to redo anything. A lot of people underestimate how hard it is because it's not just like booking travel for yourself, right? There's so many components, especially with COVID and changing regulations and all of the things happening that are out there in the world today. It can get very overwhelming and in really deep water really quickly. And a lot of people jump in and they try to do it on their own. They get frustrated and they quit because it's like, it feels like too much. So I commend you for starting it from the beginning. And also, for those of you watching, don't underestimate how difficult it is, to Elizabeth's point. And Elizabeth had a roadmap. Do this step, and then this step, and then this step. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure, like I always say, it's the questions you don't know to ask that get you in the most trouble, right? Because it's that you don't want to mess up someone's vacation investment and or take on the liability that might mean for sure.
True. And it was nice having other people in the program who asked different questions.
Yes.
Like Anawa asked all the questions.
Yes, or like things you're like, I didn't think about that, right? And so
I would think I knew the answer, and then I would still learn, even if I did know the initial answer. So you learn from the other people. Yeah.
Yeah,
wonderful.
that mastermind format is powerful. That's why we kind of station it that way, because you're not only are you getting that community, but also those pieces of, someone might be a couple modules ahead and you might be like, oh, and it's not so scary because you've been talking about that for a few weeks now. So it escalates your learning a little bit. So, talk to me, Elizabeth, about when you found us on YouTube and you're like, who is this lady? What is happening? The decision to start with Careers on Vacation, what was that process like for you personally? Was there anything you had to overcome?
I think I was lucky because I was kind of in a position where I was like, I need something else to sustain my life and to allow me to continue to grow. I was like, for this opportunity already. So I feel very lucky in that, because some people, I think they're trying to transition from a full-time job and like leave that behind to go into this. So that was helpful. And then I just went through all of the testimonials and just like listening to other people who started with nothing or had been in it. And a lot of people saying, I wish I had found this before I started.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not going to start and not do this because that seems like a headache.
Yeah, that's the number one thing we hear from our experienced agents who go through the program. At the end, they're like, oh, if I would have known all of that at the beginning, I would have been successful so much faster. I love that. What would you, for that person who's out there, maybe they have a similar story like yours. They love travel, maybe they've never had a business before. They're thinking about, they're just, kind of deciding on their path. What would you tell that person if they're on the fence about starting with Careers on Vacation now that you've been through the whole program and you know exactly how everything works on the inside?
Do it.
Why though? Why pick us?
Why should they do it?
Yeah, why should they pick us?
A lot of the other trainings that I looked into, they didn't really help you with the marketing aspect. I see lots of other people who have started on their own now in my host agencies that don't really know what they're doing, specifically with marketing.
Yeah.
And they'll ask, and we'll be like, you should join Careers on Vacation. I see Emily.
They don't know all. Yeah. And how could they, right? Because they've never had the training.
Yeah. And there just aren't trainings like this. You just don't find them. They'll teach you maybe how to book the travel, but they won't teach you how to build this business. And there's the community aspect of Careers on Vacation. Yeah. So now I have all of these other travel advisors I can go to and be like, oh no, my friend wants to book a trip in a place that I don't specialize in. What do I do? So, or I can be like, my friend wants to book Disney and I don't do it. So you can have them.
Yeah, trading those leads and having those friends. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing that I think people starting out too, where they are like, oh, how would I ever, they'll look at my career, right? And they'll go, well, Cyndi's been doing this almost 30 years. Of course, right? She has the success. But when we start with new agencies now, that's the first thing we say. You don't have to do everything. You can build a huge business on just cruises, on just Disney, on just different things. But we'll also teach you those, like cruises, for example, how to have some other things in your initial setup, right, to make sure we're protecting your cash flow. But point being is you don't have to know the whole world to get started, guys. You can just start in certain areas. Elizabeth, tell everybody what you're specializing in.
So I'm doing adventure and immersion travel in exotic locations. So some of these. Yeah. So cool. Iceland, Cambodia, Antarctica, safaris, things like that.
That's super uber cool stuff. I love that. Well, guys, I want to tell you just a reminder. If you're curious about how to get started with Careers on Vacation, I want to encourage you, first of all, go check us out online at careersonvacation.com. This is the program that Elizabeth just went through. Not only do you get an amazing on-demand training program that you can do on your schedule, at your pace, but you get to work with real people. I feel like this is the secret sauce of our program. You are working with real individuals in our program. This is not a set it and forget it or something that's going to sit on your hard drive. And of course, go check out all of our case studies online. We are approaching 200 at this point, so it's a lot of case studies happening out there in the world. And you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now if you want to just have a conversation with the enrollment team about if Careers on Vacation is a fit for you personally. That's what Elizabeth did at the very beginning of her journey. Elizabeth, what was the discovery process like for you, that first call?
That was a great call because I just kind of outlined where I was and why I wanted to do this and got any of my questions about the program answered really easily. And it was great. I definitely, if you're on the fence, do that call. Yeah. It might not be a good fit or it might not be the right time for you.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, it's not. And we will have that conversation. So one of those things is we say, we help people that are ready to really do this in a big way and really want to have a successful business. And also it's about getting you clarity, whether you work with us or not. In my heart of hearts, I'm an educator and an advocate in this industry. So it's just really a call to get you guys clear on what the right path is for you. And if Careers on Vacation is a fit, we'll talk to you more about how you apply for that process. But Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm going to give you some more confetti. Congratulations. You're part of our community now. You're in our grad group, so you're not going too far. We'll see you over there. As you know, we have our great community post program as well. But thank you for sharing your story today, Elizabeth.
Bye.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time.